Hey guys, happy anniversary. It's February 1st, 2021. Bright and early in the morning. Out for my morning walk. Actually, I have to go pay some bills. And as you can see, a year now since the whole, I think we can call it now the scam-demic or the planned-demic. Things really haven't changed. People are walking around still with their masks. They're staying away from people. You know what I mean? They're definitely keeping more distance. I was wrong. I was wrong about how things were going to be a year from today. I thought people were just going to kind of look back and say, and just laugh and, just kind of laugh at the fact that, they had the government. How you doing? The government, a couple of joggers. The government was going to say, okay, well, I was thinking like maybe in August or September of 2020 that they were going to just say, okay, enough's enough. But that never came to be. They kept moving the goalposts. I'm sure you heard that one before. Moving the goalposts. They kept saying, oh, we have to get to this number, we have to get to that number. And that's all it was all summer. A new excuse, a new reason. Our governor sitting there yelling at people down in Southern California about going to the beach. I talked about that in a video. I mean, just absolute nonsense, and it's just been nonsensical the whole year, and it got even worse as we were getting closer to the election. And that's another, as far as I'm concerned, a scam. That was a complete scam. I'm not going to get into that. This is about what I see now a year later, and it just doesn't. I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. I thought we were all going to laugh at how stupid we were with the masks and the distancing and the closing, and it's just gotten worse. And then I thought, okay, well now, the Democrats or whatever, they're turning up the heat with the insurrections around. That's a real insurrection, by the way. What was going on throughout 2020 with the Black Lives Matter and Antifa assholes, all those assholes. That was all insurrection. If you want to know what an insurrection is, that's what it was. I wouldn't say what was going on at the Capitol was an insurrection. I would say more or less that's just straight up stupidity, and I'll leave it at that. But that's what happened, you know what I mean? So here we are. We got people a year later, wackier than ever. The kids, where I live now, this is a POV, this is my own point of view. The kids have absolutely gone bonkers. In my apartment complex, I live around a bunch of software engineers and their families. I'm not lying. Many of which work for Facebook. I don't think they're working for Oracle anymore. A lot of them are Apple people. I mean, it is what it is, but that's where I live. And these people are very strict, and they keep their children locked down. They only come out like maybe for an hour. And this has been going on for a year. What I see going on with the kids and the teachers, I see it every day, every morning. Teachers, staff, faculty, maintenance, bus drivers, they're all working through the teachers' unions. They're still employed, but none of the kids are going to school. That's still going on a year later since the beginning of the scam-demic. I feel sorry, not only for the children, but for the parents. I can imagine, I was there at one point, I couldn't imagine trying to figure out how to keep the house and the food on the table, keep the house, keep a roof over your head, excuse me. food on the table. I couldn't imagine that. So God bless, I feel for those people. I don't have that responsibility now, but I mean, still, you gotta feel, they gotta get something done. And over here, they're going, and I just happen to be right here. They still got these up. Now, these right here, these were this is a testing site, but this is a whole new tent that got set up right over here. That could be a vaccine site. So that's going on a year later. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump. I still say you're the president. That's just me. I know realistically, Biden is, I won't say it anymore, but what he thinks he is. The vaccines are out, but the problem now with the vaccines, it's this whole new woke culture. Since Biden got in there, and since the Senate, the Democrats, the woke Democrats, they're in control of the Senate now. They're in control of everything. And so now our country literally is going downhill. And that, pertains to the whole pandemic, whatever the hell you want to call it. What's going on with that? And the distribution of the vaccines. I can speak for California. Our governor, at one point, he had up to 2.2 million vaccines held somewhere, and it wasn't being released into the public until finally, a lot of people online and in the media just said, okay, hey, enough's enough. He started releasing them. They're coming out. I don't know. Gavin Newsom, man. I mean, come on. I'm all for that. Hey, recall Gavin2020.com. Right there. Recall Gavin 2020. He's got to go. If you're a Californian, doesn't matter. It's a bipartisan. I think everybody can agree the guy's a failure. Take a minute. Sign it. I did. A year later, people now are just walking around like zombies, scared. I don't watch the news anymore. I hardly watch my local news because of the things I see on the news. It's always about COVID. It's always about COVID. COVID this, COVID that. In fact, the top story yesterday was Santa Clara University, okay? They had a frat party where 70 people, young people, were out there partying, having a good time. A neighbor took it upon herself to take pictures and video. I don't know if there's video, I've seen pictures of this frat party, people out there having a good time. So what does she do? She goes and she tells the public officials or the police or whoever. And now they start sticking people with $500 fines. I mean, that's where we've gotten a point in our society where people are snitching on other people for being human, being normal. I can see if this was, like at the very beginning, but this is not at the very beginning. This is a year later, ladies and gentlemen, a year later. I mean, come on. I have this fear that people are literally it's like brainwashed. They're conformed. And that's another thing that's going around. That's another term oh my gosh, I don't want to get into the whole political thing. But you can't help but the way the Democrat Party has been this whole last year in regards to this COVID situation. It's been nothing but just a bunch of hypocrisy. They're talking about teachers getting the vaccine over old people, the most vulnerable. There's still people in a nursing home right by where I live. They still haven't got their vaccine. But the teachers are getting their vaccines, right? But they're not teaching kids still. They're just sitting around. They're sitting behind computers with maybe one or two kids actually attending their online classroom. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit. That's another problem. These things are all over the place. you're putting on your dopey mask because you want to, you know, save the world or save a life or whatever. But then when you're done with it, you'll take it off its used, you'll throw it on the ground for some, you know, poor schmo like me walk by, and then all of a sudden, who knows, I might get it, right? Who knows? I mean, come on, where's your thought process? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole year, people were not thinking, people were acting paranoid, people were just, you seen that earlier, the gal was just, she walked like, my God, like, could have been 10 yards away from me. She'd rather walk into the street or into the bushes rather than walk 6 feet near me. That's how paranoid people have gotten. So basically what I'm getting out of it is nobody's getting over it. In fact, a lot of people are just kind of conformed to it. Because remember, I live in Alameda County here in the Bay Area. I'm at the heart of Looney Tunes. You know what I mean? This is Toonville. What we're doing, what politicians are doing to society is horrible. I mean, just right there, just walk by those two people, those two young ladies. They were young, masked up, all by themselves, walking down the street. Young people are far more less susceptible than 80-year-old people, or 50-year-old people, or 40, 30-year-old people. You know what I'm saying? The younger you are. And they're walking by themselves. I think what we're doing to society is psychologically damning. I thought it was going to be, we were going to look back and say, look at us. No, it's bad. I mean, finally, restaurants are opening up for outdoor dining. I mean, that's how bad it is around here. I'm in Alameda County. I'm in the heart of Looney Tunes. You know what I mean? This is Looney Tune land. It doesn't get any more crazier with the politicians and the bureaucrats in the Bay Area, especially Alameda County. Alameda County's fucked up. They don't know how to manage their money. Right now, I'm currently in a city that used to be considered 10 years ago as kind of middle class to on the cusp of getting somewhere up class, you know what I mean? 10 years ago. I'm not talking about like the 80s or 70s. I'm talking about 10 years ago. And 5 years ago, it just started going to hell because of the politicians. And now you compound that with a year of scamdemic. People are going nuts. There's another young gal. I'm looking across the street. And that's another thing. I'm a single guy. I mean, I go out. Don't get me wrong. I go out and everything. But I'm telling you, my whole game in that department, no bueno. No bueno. Everything's shut down. I don't do online dating. I think online dating is stupid. I just kind of an old-fashioned guy, go for fate. If it happens, walks on by, boom, that's how it goes. All right, so it's time for me to go. Big things on the horizon. I think I'm done with this whole scamdemic. I'm done with seeing this bizarro world I live in here in Alameda County. Reason I haven't been doing videos a lot lately is because I've been pretty much making plans on getting the hell out of here. I think you probably have heard about the great exodus of California. I'm part of that. So I've been making a lot of plans. I've been kind of upping my game on travel. I'm not one to go traveling in quite a while. I just chose not to. No big reason. I'm looking forward to putting on some better content on my channel in the future, so please bear with me, and I thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Change is good, especially when you're changing from Alameda County to anywhere else USA. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Put a comment below. Tell me what you think. Scamdemic, pandemic, plandemic, what do you call it? What do you think of it? I think it's just straight up garbage. I think people are losing their minds. I think we're leaving masks all over the place. I think there's too many homeless without. I think they need to open up the shelters. They need to open up the schools. They need to open up definitely the movie theaters. I love movies. Tell me what you think. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys around in some other video. Stay tuned. Change is good. Peace.